Welcome to today's lesson on resources and technology. In this lesson, we shall try to focus on the concept of resources and how time and technology affects the utility and value of resources over time. There is also a second lesson from the same chapter whose link is provided in the description for your reference. So let's begin today's lesson. Let's board on a time machine and travel back to the time when the entire world was ruled by early men who were ape-like. These men led a nomadic life and they lived as hunters and gatherers. They ate fresh fruits and raw meat. Now, they mostly lived a simple nomadic life and they were very much dependent on nature for their survival. Also, they use simple stone and wooden tools in order to hunt for animals. Thus, we find that early men used plants in order to obtain fresh fruits and vegetables from them, and also they covered their body by tree leaves. Early men also used rocks in order to make simple tools. So, we find that just like early men, even we use many things that are available in nature, and these things help us to satisfy our needs. And these things that are used by us in order to satisfy our needs are known as a resource. And the common things or the common example of resources are water, air, soil and plants. Now, every resource has some utility and hence a value. Well, utility refers to the uses and benefits of a resource, whereas value refers to the worth of a resource in monetary units. For example, the water is used for drinking, cooking and for obtaining hydroelectricity. So, using water for cooking, drinking and for obtaining hydroelectricity is known as the utility of the water. And for this reason, water has an economic value. This is to say that when you buy a Bisleri bottle of 1 liter, you pay rupees 20 for it. So, every resource has some utility and hence it is assigned a value. Now, the utility and value of a resource changes with time. Let us understand how. Well, we just learned that resources are used by men since prehistoric times. Now, in this picture, we find that early men are feeding on raw flesh and meat. But once they discovered fire, they used to cook food instead of chewing it raw, and cooking made the food softer and tastier. Now, their lifestyle progressed further and their food habits changed when they developed or mastered the art of growing crops, that is agriculture. So, gradually with time and application of technology, early men evolved from food gatherers to food producers. So, earlier men were food gatherers and hunters, but gradually with time they progressed as food producers. From this, we can infer that how the value and utility of a resource to man changed with time and technological progress. For instance, soil was now used as a medium for growing crops. Also, wood was used as a fuel and also for making agricultural tools. Thus, resources became more valuable to them, and with time and technology, early men led to better utilization of resources. Thus, we find that time and technology are the two important factors that can lead to better or optimum utilization of resources. In other words, they can change any substance into a resource. For example, rocks are common substances that are found on Earth's surface. Earlier, they were used by early men in order to make simple stone tools. But once they discovered that fact that rocks are rich in minerals and they learned how to extract minerals from rocks, this substance became all the more useful to them. So the value or utility of rocks as a resource increased to man. Similarly, another example is wheel. With the invention of wheel, the art of pottery developed. So now, simple substances like mud and clay can be converted into usable products like pots and containers. Also, with evolution of wheel, transportation and communication became easier and faster. Thus, we find how time and technology increases or enhances the value and utility of a resource and make them all the more valuable to man. Now, before proceeding with our lesson, let us try to answer this objective. It says invention of dash helped in the development of pottery, and the options given are internet, compass, telephone or wheel. Well, which of these options do you think is the correct one? Well, we just learned that invention of wheel helped in the development of pottery. So, the correct option is wheel. So, moving on. We just learned that technology is the magical wand that can change any substance into a resource. Now, what is the true definition of technology? Well, technology refers to the application of knowledge and skills in our daily lives. Now, few examples of technology are invention of computers, wheels, production of hydroelectricity from water, and also dissemination of ideas and information through television or radio with the help of satellites. So all these unimaginable things has been possible with the development or evolution of technological progress. Now here, can you tell me whose knowledge and skills are we talking about? Well, we are referring to the knowledge or skills of the human beings. Yes, the physical and mental ability of a man that can be put into use is known as a resource, that is human resource. So every man living on earth, including you and me, is a resource and a very important one. So we are known as human resource. Now you must be wondering why human beings are considered as a resource. Well, let me tell you that there are many natural things which are available to us as well as to other living beings, say animals. But can you tell me, are animals being able to use these natural resources the way we do? That is, can animals extract minerals from rocks or timber from plants? Of course not. So human beings is the most important living creature, and it is the creative minds and innovative ideas of the human beings because of which they have been able to progress themselves from early ape-like man to a modern one. So with the help of their creative ideas, human beings have been able to progress a long way. So because of this reason, human beings is considered as an important resource, and that is human resource. And with the help of this human resource, that is their knowledge and skills, human beings have been able to make better use of resources and also create new ones. Now, can you name some resources that have been created by man? Well, the example of some resource created by man are hydroelectricity, bridges, paper, tires, etc. Now, all these resources that are created by man for their own use are known as man-made resources, or in fact artificial resources. Now, all these man-made resources have been created or made from already existing natural resources. So, all the man-made resources that we use are created from natural resources. For instance, hydroelectricity is created from water or produced from water. Again, bridges, machines, vehicles, etc. are made from iron, which is a vital naturally occurring mineral found in rocks. Also, paper is made from the bark of plants. Thus, we find that natural resources are used by man to make new and better resources, which are known as man-made resources. Thus, resources can be classified into two categories: natural and man-made or artificial. Natural resources are found naturally on the earth. For example, water, rocks and minerals, plants, sunlight, air, etc. Whereas man-made resources are created artificially by human beings. And some examples of man-made resources are hydroelectricity, bridges, paper, etc. Now, man have been able to create these man-made resources with the help of their knowledge and ideas. And because of this, human beings is considered as an important resource, and that is human resource. So in today's lesson, we first understood the concept of resource and how they have been used by man since prehistoric times. Then we discussed how, with the evolution of time and technology, the utility or value of a resource enhanced. Then we categorized resources into two types, natural and man-made. We also understood that even human beings is considered as an important resource, that is human resource. In our next lesson, we shall try to focus on two types of natural resources, that is renewable and non-renewable ones, and we shall also try to focus on the concept of conservation of resources. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers, or to get access to our 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million-plus questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubt resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, but it's rewarding too. So register for free now.